Đây là The Conductor, một podcast của Zing, nơi đưa tới góc nhìn của người trong nghề về kinh doanh, thị trường và cách vận hành doanh nghiệp. Tôi là Thủy Tiên và khách mời ngày hôm nay là Brad Kelly, tổng giám đốc Mercedes-Benz Việt Nam.
Hi, my name is Brad Kelly, CEO for Mercedes-Benz Việt Nam, and I really look forward to this video cast with the Zing audience.
Really nice to meet you. Let me introduce myself. I'm Thủy Tiên, second runner-up of Miss Universe Vietnam 2022. So I've met you before. I'm glad that you joined our podcast today. So I have a few questions for you, and I'm sure that the Zing audience would like to hear it.
Sure, thank you, Ms. Tien. Great to see you again.
Yeah.
And congratulations as well on your result. It's really exciting to be able to engage with the Zing audience today. So look forward to it.
Yeah. So how long have you been in Vietnam, and how do you feel about our country and its people?
Sure. So I came here more than 3 years ago, July 2029. So a little bit of time now, and I've learned so much about Vietnam, about the culture, about the people. At the start, it was a little bit overwhelming, but like anything, you immerse yourself in the culture, and I've had the great chance to do that. So in 3 years, I've really, I think, learned a lot about Vietnam, learned a lot about the people, and really, I'm really grateful that I've had this chance to call Vietnam, to call Ho Chi Minh City my home for the last 3 years.
Wow. So I'm sure that Vietnam is a great place. And during your 3 years of living and working in Vietnam, what do you think about Vietnamese car lovers?
Car lovers, yeah, sure, yeah. You know, before I came to Vietnam, I knew the brand of Mercedes-Benz was strong here. You know, our company has been here since 1995, a long time, and certainly as far as luxury manufacturers in Vietnam, we've been the only one continually here for that period of time. So I came here with high expectations, but really I've enjoyed so much talking with our customers and talking with our dealers and watching the automotive industry evolve. You can see here people love they love their cars, and they love to have their cars as an expression of themselves, of their personality. So on the street you can see the cars are often painted in different colors, they're accessorized. This is a really unique way of people showing how much they appreciate their car in a country where car ownership is still quite small, actually, and motorbike ownership very high. So we're seeing that develop now, and people are really appreciating, fortunately, our brand as a luxury brand, and a way to really express their interest in automotive. So it's developing, but it's an exciting time to be in the car industry here for sure.
And I'm also curious, what do you like to do besides work? I mean, when you're not working, during the weekend or during holiday, what do you like to do?
What do I like to do? I work a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
But that's because I love what I do, and I love being here with Mercedes in Vietnam. I used to play a lot of golf before coming to Vietnam. Probably I stopped playing golf 15 or 20 years ago. And you know, our company, we have this thing called the Mercedes-Benz Trophy, a global golf tournament, actually. So I get to experience this a lot. Also, bringing work and leisure together. You know, about 3 weeks ago, we had the final for Vietnam of Mercedes-Benz Trophy. We had 200 players at Hoi An Shores, a beautiful golf course in the center of Vietnam. And the winners, actually, they went to Germany just a week ago, competing in the final of the Mercedes Trophy. And I can say to you, actually, the Team Vietnam, they came third in the Nations Cup. So it was really exciting that Vietnam could be represented in the Mercedes-Benz Golf World Final, and also perform so well. So I like doing the golf, but it's also a little bit connected to my work. Actually, and it sounds a bit funny being a car guy, but I love to get away on my motorbike. And any chance I get. It was a bit hard last year, of course, with the restrictions, but if I want to get away from everything, then I want to get away from the city. I want to get into the mountains, want to get to the seaside, want to clear my head, I take the chance to do that for sure on a motorbike.
Yeah, so it surprised me that you're like a professional golf player, which means you play golf for 20 years like you share, and you have such a lot of passion for models, cars, and as well you are a racer with a world license. Yeah, could you please share with us more about this hobby?
Yeah, this was back in Australia. I did race cars for several years, but you know what? It takes a level of talent, of natural talent, which I didn't really have. So I did it for fun, and I really enjoyed it. It was a great time of my life, a great sport. But you know, I've had the chance to work with a lot of professional racing car drivers, ones that were born with the natural talent, and it's also been something that's given me chances through my years with Mercedes, working with a lot of drivers and seeing their commitment to motorsport, their professionalism. They really are athletes. Their fitness, their mental strength. So you know, actually, we also enjoy teaching our customers how to drive, and again, we did this in Hanoi recently with our what's called Mercedes-Benz Driving Festival. So we bring about 500 customers and driving instructors from all around the world, also from here in Vietnam, and we give our customers a chance to experience our cars in a safe off-road environment. So that's why we do it typically at a racetrack. And we use these professional drivers who are better than I, unfortunately, ever was, Miss Tiên. I tried hard, but I was never fast enough. And we give our instructors, our professionals, the chance to improve our customers' driving skills. So we did this, and it was a lot of fun just recently.
Yeah, I think it's a very nice service, and I really want to try that.
Yeah.
And do you think Vietnamese people are passionate about racing?
Well, I think it's beginning. Yeah, it's very much in its infancy. There are not a lot of racetracks in Vietnam, so really the opportunities are quite small, but you can see the interest is growing here, and this is also exciting. It starts usually with golf carts, with go-karting, and you can see now, particularly in Ho Chi Minh, the go-karting fraternity is growing. Which is where it all begins, and over time they will graduate into racing in cars. We also see it on the road. You know, for a long time, our customers were mainly interested in S-Class, in E-Class. A lot of our customers had drivers, but now that's transitioning towards driving themselves in our cars. So even next year we will bring an AMG to manufacture here in Vietnam. And I think this is the first time anyone has manufactured a high performance car here in Vietnam. But we see a real opportunity because there's more interest in performance cars here. And this is a little bit connected to racing, right? This is where people are experiencing the excitement of a more powerful, more capable car. And hopefully over time there might be more racetracks here, and we can all enjoy taking those cars into a safe environment and driving them a little bit faster.
Oh, I remember that you are known as the General Director of Mercedes-Benz Vietnam, and also the Chairman of VAMA. Could you please share more with us about the Vietnamese auto industry situation after 2 years of COVID?
Yeah, sure. So yeah, I am chairman of AMA, which is the association that represents the automobile manufacturers here in Vietnam. Really the backbone of the industry. The companies that employ thousands and thousands of people, train many thousands over a long time, and really contribute to the overall economy. And also, you know, the automobile manufacturers are some of the biggest taxpayers in the country. So overall big contributors to the economy. So we all had a very difficult time during COVID, for sure. So it was a very difficult time. But through VAMA, we worked with the government on some strategies to support the industry, and we got great support actually. So last year we had support around assisting our cash flow. And then, of course, once the restrictions started to lift, once the economy could start to bounce, the government was really supportive to help stimulate the market. And we saw this through the first half of this year. So actually, the automotive industry in Vietnam in the first half is up about 30% year to date compared to last year, which is really exciting and what we needed, because we all want to continue to grow the local automotive market here in Vietnam. So through VAMA, I think we did a very good job. Not just me, all of the members and the executive team did a really great job in conjunction with the government support. We're back and we're stronger than ever.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it was a tough time, and it's great that everything is back to normal now. So I heard that in this month you will have a model show. So I've never been in any model show before. So can you please tell me more about the model show and what will Mercedes-Benz Vietnam will bring to the show? Yeah,
sure. So starting 26th of October, the Vietnam Motor Show is back after 2 years where we couldn't hold the show because of COVID, of course. So for Mercedes-Benz, we are always very excited to bring our products to the show. We'll have 17 different cars, different models, many of them from our Mercedes-Benz range, but of course we have a number of sub-brands, and we look forward to showing these off as well. So we will bring our G-Wagon sub-brand with the G63, of course our AMG sub-brand with a number of our AMG models, our Maybach sub-brand, an incredibly exciting and very well supported brand here in Vietnam. So we'll have our S Maybachs, our GLS Maybachs. But I think what's probably the most exciting for us and for our show is our EQ sub-brand. EQ is our full electric sub-brand, and we will bring our first full electric car to Vietnam. And in fact, we will launch it at the motor show on the 26th. So we will get to show for the first time to the public here in Vietnam the EQS, and then immediately after the show, the car will be available and on sale for the very first time, a full electric car from Mercedes-Benz.
So mentioning about electric car, I can see there is a trend in Vietnam that we are moving towards electric car. What do you think about this transition?
It's exciting.
Yeah.
You know, it's more than 130 years since Mercedes invented the car, and for most of the last 130 odd years, it's been a combustion engine. But now, suddenly, the world is transitioning very quickly towards electric cars, and that's starting now also in Vietnam. I suspect that as is usually the case, Vietnam are early adopters. They're fascinated by new technology. So I think there's a very high level of interest from the people in Vietnam. So we expect the transition will be exciting, but will come with challenges. You know, there isn't yet a charging network really in Vietnam, and while for our customers, and as we've experienced around the world, typically the Mercedes customer will charge their car at home or at work. But in general, there needs to be charging infrastructure, and it needs to be independent, so that all car companies or all car brands can use it, just like a gasoline station. All cars and motorbikes go to the same gasoline station. So this is important, and this is one of the challenges for the industry and also for the government to set a clear roadmap in the future as to how that infrastructure will be developed. Actually, and we talked about VAMA before, so we're also talking with the government through VAMA about supporting the plug-in hybrid cars. You know, the plug-in hybrid cars, the latest generation, are really fascinating. They'll travel maybe 120 or more kilometers, full electric car. So for me, that would be 3 or 4 days. My car would drive full electric without needing to be charged. But if I needed to go further, then I would have the chance to use the combustion engine. And so this technology, it shouldn't be skipped. It's really suitable for while there isn't so much charging available, still to allow customers to move towards electric cars. And so hopefully through VAMA, we'll continue to work with the government. We would love to bring plug-in hybrid here. We would love to build plug-in hybrid here. We just need the right pathway, and I think this will help transition towards the electrification.
Yeah, I can see that there will be a lot of work to do for this transition to be done.
Sure.
But I'm really curious about the EQS. Can you share more about that?
The EQS, you know, we waited to bring EQ to Vietnam. We could have brought it earlier, but we really wanted to start with the EQS. with our flagship model. This car is incredible. It will travel more than 770 kilometers on one charge.
On one charge?
On one charge. It also has a feature called the hyperscreen. This means the entire front dashboard, which is from the left-hand passenger driver's side to the right-hand passenger, is one complete glass panel with 3 screens. What's exciting about this, not only is it world-leading technology and the only one of its kind, but it's actually made right here in Vietnam. So Vietnam is part of the global supply chain for EQ and for Mercedes-Benz. And we should really be proud that there is a parts manufacturer here that's part of that global supply chain and delivering the latest technology to our EQS. So it's very special that we get to bring EQS to Vietnam in just 3 weeks. And for sure this car will be really popular. But it won't be the only EQ. It's just the start. Next year we'll bring a number of EQs, a smaller car, and also some SUVs. And it'll continue year on and year on, because Mercedes is, I think, renowned for making sure we provide a lot of choice.
This is the last, but definitely not least question. You've been here in Vietnam for 3 years with a lot of experience. Most of the time you dedicate for your work. One of the most special memories or experience.
Yeah.
It could be about your work or about your daily life.
I think, one that comes to mind, and it's ironic because it's October, and I work for a German company, and of course we have the very famous Oktoberfest, which the GBA, the German Business Association, have been running Oktoberfest in Vietnam, I think even from before Mercedes came here, 1992 or something like that. So we'll enjoy this event in a few days' time. But I remember all the way back to 2019, and when you first arrive in a new country, and we talked a little bit about Vietnam before, I learned in the very early days that one of the cultural aspects of Vietnam is people want to really get to know you before they trust you. Yeah, they want to understand maybe about your family, maybe about your upbringing, and it takes some time. Yeah. So this was true at work. This was for sure true with our dealers, our suppliers, our customers. So there were 3 or 4 months that went by, and I'm slowly working on the relationships, and then it was Oktoberfest 2019. So Emma and I arrived a little bit late, and you should never arrive to a drinking event like Oktoberfest late. You should be on the same trajectory, but we got there a little bit late, and suddenly there were 150 of my work colleagues, my dealers, singing and dancing and embracing me and chanting "the boss is here" and taking photos like crazy. And what I remember from that night was how much Vietnamese love to participate, love to have fun together. They consider their colleagues, their brother and their sister, and suddenly I became part of that family, and I guess that I built up a little bit of trust. We had an incredible night, so I'm thinking back to 2019 and how much fun we had, and I think it's going to happen again, that now COVID's behind us and everyone's just here getting on with life, excited about the economy in Vietnam, and for sure excited about celebrating as Germans and Vietnamese with a CEO who's Australian in Saigon.
Such a nice experience.
It was, yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kelly, for being here. And I love a lot of your sharings about the industry, about the motorbikes, the cars, and about your experience. Especially your sharings about the market.
Thank you, Ms. Tiên, and thanks to all the Zing viewers. I really appreciate the chance to have this chat, and best of luck with the series.
Thank you.